Hello, everybody. Welcome on back to baseball here on youtube.com/SeanOsaurusRex. My name is Sean, and 5 nights a week we are streaming MLB The Show here, or MLB 11 The Show here on the channel. So hang out, enjoy the content. Thanks for joining me. We have 4 games of action for you today. I had debated a while. It took a while to figure out which games I wanted to do, but then I figured it out. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at the 2 teams that are leading and the 2 teams that are trailing by 1 game in the wild card races. I thought about watching that Nationals Diamondbacks game again, but decided not to. There's a lot of like if this then that sort of thing, but I thought the most interesting set was Cardinals Marlins. Then it would be Giants Mets. If the Marlins lose, can the Mets take advantage and clinch that playoff spot? Same situation in the AL. Rays take it on the Angels. If the Angels lose, can the Athletics, who are playing the Twins, take advantage? So those are the 4 games that we're going to watch today. Let's jump into it right now. Thanks for hanging out. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up. We're down to 2 days left. We have tomorrow, and then we're in the playoffs. And tomorrow may just be a true wheel spin day if everything gets sorted out correctly. I guess there would be one potential shot, but I didn't look to see who led the series, like the head-to-heads. Oh, okay. I didn't think about that. Diamondbacks. Well, let's look at it real quick. I'm gonna regret that decision. Diamondbacks and Padres. Diamondbacks, Padres. That's what we're looking at. So we see a 2-1 Diamondbacks. 2-1 Diamondbacks. Okay. So it would actually be at the point where the Diamondbacks would need to lose both. Actually, they might have it wrapped up, and I didn't even realize. Because they're ahead by 2, but they don't have a X next to their name. It looks like it's 4-2 in favor of the Diamondbacks overall. Oh well. We'll figure it out. Let's jump into today's action. We'll get things going here. My bad. We're going to start with the Cardinals and the Marlins. We're heading down to Florida. And if I accidentally skipped a game, then we'll figure it out from there. The Mariners lead by 5 games in the AL West. Arizona. Athletics on top in the AL wild card. Angels tracking them down. I think they've had a big, long winning streak. And then we have the Marlins trying to track down the Mets. But welcome on in, everybody. Happy Monday. Some would say the worst day of the week. I would say the worst day of the week. It's a poopy day. Also, is this week 37-43 are the St. Louis Cardinals. The Florida Marlins are 44-36. It's daylight. It is this Sunday. God dang it. I don't want to deal with that. Dominic Brown is the DH. He will lead off for the Cardinals, followed by Alex Rios in center field, Hanley Ramirez at the shortstop position, Aaron Hill at second, Alex Gordon in left, Tyler Colvin in right, David Ross behind the dish, Troy Gloss at first base, and Mark DeRosa at third. We are dual streaming here live on Twitch and on YouTube. Let me do this. Let me go that, and we'll grab a compose. Hopefully this doesn't mess with anything too much. It shouldn't. It's just a very simple email. Zach Greinke is 5-9, a 5.56 ERA, 16 games, 43.2 innings pitched, 50 hits, 10 walks, 34 strikeouts for Greinke. So looking to keep this Marlins season alive. Dominic Brown, 257 average. And then the Mets are putting their huge win streak on the line. I think it's up to 15 games at this point. What I wanted to do was pop out chat so I can see, just in case. So we are live on Twitch. We are live on YouTube. We're doing that more frequently here. The wind and the pitch. Low for a ball. We'll go into the email that I just sent myself. That's the best way to do it. Why would you download these out of order? The wind and the pitch. Swung on and missed. Top chat, live chat. That's the one thing I forget to do. Foul up the third base line. We'll do it again. Push this a little higher up. Layer that. There, okay. How do I... Is there a way to, like... That's a swing and a miss. I have to go to it through the web browser to get that HTTP. Twitch. I guess it kind of goes... Oh, and then it gives me the M dot. Hold on. What if I go in and I do this, and then I go back, and then I go back, and I request the desktop site? And then I can do that. Then I can copy that. Then there we go. That's what we're looking for. Okay. We do this. Bam. We go live. Nope, not live. Live. Foul. Third base side. We can post basically the same exact photo. And then we grab the YouTube thing. This is dumb. Trying to promote is so dumb. It just takes forever. Post in 900 different places and hope that people are interested in the stuff you're creating. Copy. Bam. We're back over here with another sticker. We're pasteing it. Live. I missed it again. Live. YouTube. Bam. And then we give that a heart. Okay. We're locked in. Just like this Zach Greinke guy is. As we see a swing and a miss just outside of the zone. 96 miles an hour on the four-seam fastball just late on the pitch. And that'll bring up Hanley Ramirez. Big trade piece from the Cardinals to the White Sox was Manny Ramirez. Seemed to fuel a White Sox run toward the postseason, but they fell short. Okay, that was unnecessary. Did not need that hiccup. Here comes the 0-1 with 2 outs as that was driven foul into the corner. That's going to be a strike on the outside. 0-2 quickly on Ramirez. Greinke winds, fires, and that is going to be rolled foul. That's foul. 0-2. Inside of 2 weeks, about a week and a half or so, as we see strike 3. Cardinals set down in order. And it'll be, well, we'll introduce the lineup here in just a moment. We're inside of 2 weeks, probably about a week and a half now for MLB The Show 26. All-day stream March 13th. Lance Nelson, the center fielder, will lead things off, followed by Todd Helton. The DH, Alex Rodriguez at third, Pat Burrell in left, Garrett Jones in right, Paul Konerko at first, Orlando Cabrera is the shortstop, Jesus Flores behind the dish, and Danny Espinoza at second base. Mascot Madness returns Friday at noon. Might be doing a longer stream on Saturday. Be streaming Mascot on Sunday, baseball on Sunday. And hopefully we'll be starting a championship series that day. Chad Billingsley is 7-6 with a 4.47 ERA. 16 games, 46.1 innings pitched. I did it to myself, folks. I had it, and then I lost it, you know? Okay. 46.1 innings pitched. He had 50 walks. Nope, 50 hits, 18 walks, 37 strikeouts. And he will lead off against the lefty, or the lefty will lead off against him. We're off to a good start. Our words are flowing nicely. That is in for a strike. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is inside for a ball. Oh, I needed to check one other thing. One other thing. I'll do this. I'll go here, here, here. 1-1. The righty winds and fires. Big old looping curveball misses low. Oh, do you not have that date ready? Oh, yeah, you do. I just didn't do it. That pitch missed inside. Oh, no way. They're playing the Iron Giant? Oh, what? Let's go. Watch the Iron Giant right into Ninja Turtles 2. That is pulled foul. First base side. The wind and the pitch. That is going to be cracked out towards right field. Does it have enough? It's going, it's going, it's gone! 1-0 lead for the Marlins. Oh my goodness. For once, one of the top two batters in the lineup does something. It's a lead-off home run. Got all of that one and puts a little pressure on the Mets. The two series that the Mets and the Marlins played were sweeps, one for each side. It was during the Mets 0-6 start, which they started 1-8. We give them a lot of flack for the 1-6, or the 0-6 start, excuse me. They only won one of their first 9 games, so it's actually like more impressive. And then the last series was the start of this like 15 or 14 game win streak for New York. That'll bring up Helton, our number 2 hitter. Wind and the pitch. And then you would... Somebody in the chat was saying yesterday there was head-to-head. And then it was common opponents. Which seems like a thing that I don't really want to look at. So I guess you just kind of have to hope that the Mets can win and keep the pressure on. Maybe if Florida wins and the Mets win either way, it'll give us a clinch. That's upstairs for a ball. Because it's happened before. Usually, like, it's NFL because that's what I follow. But usually it's like, well, they'll clinch it either way because the tie goes to them. The tiebreaker goes in their favor. There's a big looping curveball that's fouled off. 2-2. Here's the wind and the pitch. That's fouled away. And that is low and outside for a ball. This pitcher having a little trouble getting these Mets out. It's a full count. The only ball that was put in play was blasted into the seats. Helton takes a walk. Okay. Maybe this is the time where Florida just hits the right team at the right time. A-Rod steps up. He'll take a pitch at the knees for a strike. A little surprising considering we just saw a pitch kind of in that similar area go for a ball and a walk. But it is 0-1. And it'll be right to third base. That was not caught in the air. That's a kind of a bad break for the Marlins. We have seen so many of those. Okay, caught on the fly is what I was trying to say. It hit right in front of us. I was going to say, we have seen so many of those types of, like, so many of those pieces of contact where they get caught on the fly, but I guess maybe kind of let it drop, hit the ground, and then get the double play. Pat Burrell steps up. The wind and the pitch is low for a ball, so that Rodriguez strike looks weirder and weirder. With another pitch from Bellingham? I forget who it is. Billingsley? Swung on and missed at a pitch on the inside. And that's going to get a strike on the outside corner. Wind and the pitch is way upstairs for a ball. Two and two, 2 outs. Florida up by 1. Here in the bottom half of the first. The wind and the pitch is hit. Third baseman can't get a hold of that one. It's going to be a single into left field. Kind of made that turn like he was going to try for second, but nothing really for him to worry about there. I love this very artsy camera where the one thing is in like the lower right corner and then there's just a lot of dead space. So Florida keeps the inning alive. It'll bring up Garrett Jones, 330 average. The righty winds. That's fired in for a strike. And that's down low for a ball. Florida's only scored one run, but they have put up some long at-bats against this pitcher. Of course, this pitcher for St. Louis has not been able to find the zone in a consistent manner, so you can understand why those at-bats would be long. I guess you get a little spoiled sometimes when a team like the San Diego Padres looks at 5 pitches in the first inning. That is swung on and missed. Two and two. 2 outs with a runner on first. 1 run across via the leadoff home run. And that is swung on and missed. So Marlins put a runner on. Or leave a runner on. They get the home run, the double play. Funky inning for the Marlins, but they come away with a 1-0 lead. Hill, Gordon, and Colvin coming to the plate next. So we'll move to the top of the second. Greinke ready. He'll fire the first pitch. It is a ball. Wonder if the catcher standing up had a little bit to do with maybe throwing the umpire off. Looked like a strike right at the letters, but it is called a ball. 1-0. That pitch is low for a ball. 2-0. That one a little more clearly a ball. First one kind of like a huh? Second one, yeah. It's a strike on the inside. Maybe a little generous. How's it going? Good to see you walk off. It's going well. How are things for you? 2-1. Wind and the pitch. He is in for a strike. So has not taken the bat off his shoulders. Maybe a bit of a generous call in favor of the pitcher on that first strike inside. Second one, very much a strike. It is 2-2 now. Oh, hell yes. That rocks. That's over to first for the outs. God, we love people taking PTO off to do stuff that they enjoy. Alex Gordon, 301 average, 4 home runs, 10 RBI, 5 stolen bases. That's inside for a ball. The wind and the pitch from Greinke is low. Two and oh. So Greinke falling behind both these St. Louis batters here in the top of the first, or top of the second, excuse me, with 2-0 counts. Does not get the generous call on the outside. Now it's got to be 3-0, or going to be 3-0. Hands off controller. Just let the pitch come in. If Greinke's going to throw a strike, let him throw a strike, but don't give them an easy out. Good take right there. 3-1. And since Fridays are Mondays, basically we're getting a 3-day weekend as well. That's awesome. Are you going to play as it launches, or are you going to wait till Friday? At 9 Pacific. 3-2. That is going to be lifted out towards right. The right fielder with a beautiful diving grab. Oh, what an out. Tyler Colvin batting .294. It is so rare that we see awesome diving plays. It is so frequent that we just look at it. We watch them with... Watch them be so bad out there. So it's awesome to see an awesome play. 0-1. 2 outs. Wind and the pitch is... Ooh, he's going to get the call for the strike. Right at the knees. 0-2. Wind and the pitch is low. Well, the 12th at midnight is when I can start the download. I imagine I'll get a couple games in before bedtime and wake up to play however I want to play all day. Really? They're not doing a pre-download? I guess I've been doing the lengthy streams the next day, so it hasn't really mattered, but oh, you know what? It was probably that I used Xbox for the Game Pass, so maybe that was what it was. How the hell did I do it? Last year it didn't matter because I did a big long stream, which was awesome. And this year it'll be a big long stream as that pitch misses outside for ball 4. That pitch was so far off the plate, it barely registers on the pitch track. Just a faint little blue in that like mid-right section being like, come over here. Bloop, 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 bloop. One on, 2 out following the walk, and Greinke continues to have trouble finding the strike zone. He's falling behind every batter here, at least 1-0, and most of them 2-0. That is a strike. Batter doesn't like it. I did the math on the timer of the PS Store. 12th at 9 p.m. is when I can download. Available if my math is correct. Huh. Interesting. Well, I hope you have fast internet, and I hope it downloads quickly. Check on the runner at first. He's safe. One and one. The wind and the pitch is hit foul. Hurl. One and two. And that is going to be rolled over. Second baseman scoops it cleanly, fires to first in time for the out. We're halfway home in this one. It's the Marlins 1, the Cardinals nothing. Canerco, Cabrera, and Flores coming up to the plate. If this score holds, it puts pressure on the Mets to try and win and keep themselves a game ahead. If I can pre-download it, that would be epic. Let's look that up. Let's see. Can you pre-download MLB The Show? Oh, here, 20. Well, here, we'll go 25. You have to wait until 3/17 for the standard. Hold on. Oh, 2 years ago. So MLB The Show ready to download. Looks like it was auto download 310. And that was last year, so we can go up. I'll find the information. Oh, they're putting a runner in motion as that's fouled away. 310. I think that would have been on the 14th, so there should be some gap. It's too big of a file for it to not be pre-downloadable. Oops. No. Don't do that. Don't hit that stupid mode. Pre-download. Usually 1 week before early access. It's only a partial download too. That's a strike. What? Typically 48 hours before release unless that's changed since the last time I pre-ordered. Okay. There's hope. There's hope for us. Walk off. That'll get into right field past the diving second baseman. He'll hit second. Because if there's a pre-download, if I take that night, I go to the open mic, come home, couple Angry Orchards deep, why not a game? Here's the wind and the pitch. That is low for a strike. There's just something about the way he is called in this game that zone is tall today. That's rolled foul. But I also might just be too pooped from the work week to. I mean, what's one game? Here's the wind and the pitch inside for a ball. We'll see. No promises, but March 13th for sure. We'll try and start nice and early. That's going to be lifted into left. Oh, it's past a diving right fielder. They're going to send that runner around third and the second runner around third right behind it. They didn't send the second runner. He's safe at home, but with how close that runner who's on third now was to the runner in front of him, the lead runner. Wild. So it is 2-0. Looking for a little more insurance as that pitch misses high and inside for a ball. 1-0. That's inside for a ball. Righty stands, readies and fires. That is lifted out towards right field. Runners at both second and third will tag. I wasn't sure if the runner at second would tag as well. So there's another run in for Florida. 3-0 now. Good to see this offense come alive a little bit. Lance Nelson's 1 for 1 with a solo home run. His first home run and RBI of the season. See what lefty can do his second time through. Just one gone. Good opportunity to drive in another run. No way. All right. I mean, I'm sure it'll look not great on this replay. What did I miss on? Well, I was looking at that pitch. I missed on the other pitch. They're like sunk up perfectly. Like you're exactly one pitch behind what I'm seeing. That one is hit. Ooh, and it's right to the second baseman. Okay, that one was more of a strike. Okay, all right. Okay. Todd Helton stepping up to the plate. Florida 3, St. Louis nothing. That's in the dirt. Nice block by the catcher. Lined. And it's a strike. And Helton skies this. Does he have enough room to work with over by the weather tarp? He does make the grab and puts it into the bleeding at least. It'll be the 8-9-1 hitters, Gloss, DeRosa, and Brown coming up for St. Louis. 3-0 Florida. Greinke winds and fires. That is lifted, one pitch, one swing, and in foul territory, 1 out. Mark DeRosa, 246, 2 home runs, 7 RBI, no stolen bases. Greinke is ready, winds and fires. That one's way upstairs. He finally throws a pitch in the zone with pitch number 1, and he's able to induce the swing. I'd like to see him do that just a little more frequently. There's the first hit for the Cardinals. It is a single into center field. Double play would end the game for Florida. It would put them half a game behind the Mets. Giants-Mets is next. Wind and the pitch is smashed. Foul ball. And that'll be skied. Oh, no. It's going to be out number 2 in foul territory. Yikes. Okay. St. Louis down to their last out to try and play spoiler. Kind of don't believe it if we're being honest. Especially when you consider how both of the outs in this inning have been foul territory outs. That is a surprising ball. Here comes the 1-0. Big swing and a miss. He looked like he was trying to get 3 runs with just 1 runner on. I don't... Yeesh. 1-1. Frankie sets, readies, fires, and that is lifted out towards right field. The right fielder has it. He puts it away and puts the Florida Marlins half a game closer to catching the New York Mets. And that right fielder out there, he had a nice grab earlier in the game to help his team out. As Florida celebrates a win. Player of the game, Zach Greinke, 3 innings, 1 hit, 3 strikeouts for him today. Improves to 6-9. Chad Billingsley falls to 7-7. Nelson's first home run of the season gave them a 1-0 lead. Florida comes up with a couple extra runs in the bottom of the second to get a little insurance and help the Marlins pick up the victory. Let's catch up on some scores. The Diamondbacks were a team that was a win and clinch the NL West. They were unable to do that yesterday. And they are unable to do it again today. Oh my goodness. The Phillies over the Reds 4-0. The Nationals over the Diamondbacks 4-0. The Pirates beat the Rockies 9-6. Red Sox over the White Sox 1-0. We have the Orioles over the Guardians 1-0. Rangers over the Tigers 2-0. So that is going to eliminate the White Sox and the Tigers from playoff contention. Yeah, because I think Oakland's number is 42 at the moment. Yeah, Athletics 42. We will slide up here a little bit. The other game that we'll keep an eye on, just score-wise, will be the Dodgers and the Padres. Padres still have a shot. They're back a game and a half now. They just need to win this one. They won in walk-off fashion yesterday. So we already kind of have a couple of games that we could watch tomorrow. And we'll see how this Mets-Giants game goes, as that is our next matchup happening now. Mets on an absolutely wild winning streak. They've been winning for 2 weeks in a row. Every time you think, like, oh, surely the Mets will start falling apart. They don't. As we move on to Game 2, while the loading screen's happening, be sure to like the video. Subscribe if you're new, or follow over on Twitch. However you're watching, thank you for watching. Playoffs to start on Wednesday. We'll have one more day of action tomorrow, and it looks like, well, it's going to depend on that Padres game. But San Francisco is 31-49. They are playing the New York Mets, who are now 10 games over 500 after an 0-6 start, or maybe more impressively, a 1-8 start. They hold the 1 spot in the National League wild card, aka the only spot. Russell Martin is the catcher. He is leading off for the Giants, followed by Ryan Zimmerman at third, Carl Crawford in left, Nick Swisher in right, Mitch Moreland at first. Nate McLouth is the center fielder, Mark Ellis is the second baseman, Edgar Renteria the shortstop, and Chris D'Onofrio the DH. So we're getting ready for game number 2 here. We'll head to the AL side of things. We'll watch the Angels game, and then we'll watch the Athletics game. Justin Verlander, 9-4 with a 3.52 ERA. 16 games, 46 innings pitched, 47 hits, 12 walks, 49 strikeouts. More strikeouts than hits given up. Those are some numbers that you do indeed like. See what Russell Martin can do to lead things off for the San Francisco Giants. Why would you do that? Just want to look at something simple. 1-0, and we're underway here in game number 2. That'll be 2-0 from Verlander. A couple of the pitchers with name recognition that we would have that are... Well, Verlander's still pitching now. He's back with Detroit. And Greinke's a name that you recognize, but neither of them throwing particularly well. That's going to be a hit. First pitch in the zone is taken into left. He's going to think about the wide turn at first, but steps back on the bag. So a leadoff single. Ryan Zimmerman batting .306, 11 home runs, 23 RBI. The wind and the pitch is outside for a ball. Scherzer rejoined the Jays too. Oh, I saw that today. I don't know how that was a strike, but okay. I guess if that's what you think you saw, I think that's a helmet tap. It'll be really fun when it comes down to like a Game 7 Detroit versus Toronto, and it's Max Scherzer versus Justin Verlander for the AL Championship. 1-2. Runner on first. Line in the pitch from Verlander way outside. 2-2. Good eye. The righty is ready. He winds and fires inside for a ball. 3-2, so a full count here. And a payoff pitch upcoming. Do you put the runner in motion? I think you do. They don't, and he takes a look at a strike 3 called right at the knees. So happy for Patrick Bailey. The ABS is going to help him so much. Is he, I think I saw a clip of him. I think he's perfect so far this season. Or spring training, I should say. And weirdly enough, I had high hopes for Cal Raleigh, safe at first. Because Cal was 9 for 9 last year, but... I am a little surprised at how frequent the challenges are. I was looking at the Brewers the other day. They used both of their challenges and lost them. As another funky strike is called. And he was already a beast. Defensively. Nice. I saw the Milwaukee Brewers use 2 and lose 2 challenges in the first inning the other day. So go. I'll put the runner in motion there, down to second, way off the bag. So the runner into scoring position and avoids the double play. Or eliminates the possibility of a double play. One and one on, one out here in the top of the first. That's fouled away. 1-2. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is swung on and missed. Oof. Crawford was probably going to pick up ball number 2, but that one is out of the zone. Well out of the zone. A running fastball at 95. Late swing timing. Now it'll be Nick Swisher working with 2 outs. The wind and the pitch inside for a ball. Players are all figuring out the ABS zones. I imagine in 2 years, teams will have it down to a science. Teams will have an ABS coach or something like that even. One and oh, that's fouled away to make it 1-1. That sounds logical to me. They have every other kind of coach. Why not an ABS coach? 1-1, rolled over to the first baseman. He'll pick it up and step on the bag. Out number 3. San Francisco picks up 1 hit, but can't do anything with it. The Mets coming up in the bottom half of the first. Joe Mather, the center fielder, leading things off for New York. Followed by Dustin Pedroia at second. Pablo Sandoval at third. Aubrey Huff at first. Hunter Pence in right. Lyle Overbay is the DH. Connor Jackson in left. Ramon Castro, the catcher. Ramon Santiago, the shortstop. Freddie Garcia is 4-12 with a 6.19 ERA, 16 games, 48 innings pitched, 53 hits, 8 walks, and 18 strikeouts on the season. Joe Mather, 193 average, 1 home run, 6 RBI. The righty winds and fires at the knees for a strike. Crowd didn't really seem to agree, though. The batter's all right with it. 0-1. I don't know about all right with it, but he didn't give us an animation that would indicate he was upset with it. Right, pitch drifts inside, just inside that outer edge. 0-2. Quickly 0-2. Here's the wind and the pitch. And this is going to get lifted into foul territory. Plenty of room for the first baseman to work with. He'll make the catch right at the split between the grass and the dirt. Pedroia's on a 5-game hitting streak with that 329 average. See what he can do here against Freddie Garcia. A record well under 500. I guess unsurprising for a team that might pick up 50 losses in just an 82-game season. On the flip side, Philadelphia, I think, still has a shot at 50 wins on the 50 wins in a 82-game season. That is hit foul. Oh, and 2. The righty, ready. Oh, that's way away. Nowhere for anyone to go because there's nobody on base. Here's the pitch. Pedroia smacks that over to the third base side. That'll be fired to first in time for the outs. 2 away here for the Mets in the bottom half of the first. Pablo Sandoval, 228 average. Sandoval will ground that out to the third baseman. He'll throw across the diamond, and that is an out. I'm going to hop up real quick, and I will be back in just a moment. No score here in the top, or no score through 1. 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up. Okay. We're back. No score still here in the top of the second. A runner on first. The pitch is inside. What do we have here? Worked a walk. Okay. That's in for a strike. Here's the wind and the pitch, and it is, man, the zone has been tall today. It is very weird to see it be that wide and that tall. 1-2. Here's the wind and the pitch from Verlander. Swung on and missed. Went up a little more upstairs on that one, though. Not to the tippy top of the zone, but changed the eye level enough. Swung under it. Early on the swing timing. The running fastball hits 97 in that top right quadrant. It'll be Mark Ellis batting .226. 3 home runs. Double play still in order for this Mets defense. So Verlander winds and fires. That one is low for a ball. 1-0. Here's the wind and the pitch from the righty, in for a strike. 1-1. So curious to see what happens if the Mets are able to win this game, if it ends up where it's still that 1 game gap. A loss here would tie everything up with the Marlins. We'll be looking at probably the 4 games that we're looking at. That's in for a strike. Don't really have time to go running 6 games, a 6-game long stream. So we could use something happening to solidify a playoff spot. That pitch misses. And again, the pitchers having trouble finding the zone, and it's been both home teams starting pitchers, where you figure like they would have a better feel for how the ball should be thrown at their home stadium. Here's the payoff pitch. Smacked and foul ball. Three and 2. Verlander steps and fires. That's fouled away. Foul, foul, foul. And that's going to be a strike at the knees. Strike 3. Fouled off a couple of pitches in a row to stay alive, but Verlander freezes him and rings him up, and the umpire rings him up on strikes. Out number 2. Edgar Renteria batting .258, no home runs, 8 RBIs, and a stolen base. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is lifted into right field. Right fielder, a.k.a. Hunter Pence, is able to make the grab for out number 3. So San Francisco has a hit. They have worked a walk. Huff, Pence, and Overbay coming up for the Mets here in the home half of the second. Looking to get something going offensively. Aubrey Huff's batting .277. The wind and the pitch is fouled away. Garcia readies, winds, and fires. Huff takes that for a strike, 0-2. Facing his old team, or I guess I should say current team. in the Giants. That blocked nicely by the catcher. And that'll be low and outside. A little surprised that was called a ball, considering how this zone has felt throughout the day. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And it's fouled off. The wind and the fire. Huff is going to drive that into left field for a single. Is there much in the way of spring training happening today? Oh, there was a lot going on. Just no Mariners today. Okay. That's fine. I love seeing a 3-3 tie. All right, Hunter Pence. He is going to punch that right back up the middle. How aggressive are they with Huff? He's going to stop at second. So the go-ahead run at second. Hunter Pence has a single. And nobody out here for New York. Lyle Overbay, 250 average. The man I always think is a San Francisco Giant at some point in his career, but never was. That's in for a strike. 0-1. Here's the wind and the pitch. That gets the inside edge for a strike. 0-2. And that stays upstairs. 1-2. And that's going to be rolled. Runner will advance. Yeah, to second for 1, around to first for 2. Ooh, that's a bad break for the New York Mets, who are looking to give Connor Jackson a few extra options of how to get this run in to take the lead here in the late stages of the game. Jackson thought about it. They're going to call a strike anyway. It looked like he was very late on that swing. That did not look good. 0-1. Pitcher hits strike 2. Wonder if the Mets will strand this run here at third. That double play was huge for the San Francisco Giants defense. The wind and the pitch, and that's gonna be it out into foul territory. For some reason, I don't know what it is. It must just be the cut. It looks like it just bounces off of something and straight into the air rather than being off of the bat, the bad part of the bat. D'Onofrio, Martin, and Zimmerman coming up for the Giants. No score through 2. Verlander winds and fires. It's a good take. I think if you're San Francisco, Verlander has not been all that great on the first pitch of the at-bat. He is falling behind pretty consistently. I think that's where you would look at it and go, hey, we're going to take. Even if he throws a strike, that's fine. Let him throw that first pitch, then go to work. Here comes the 1-1. Outside for a ball. 2-1. At least I think that was a 1-1. It was indeed a 1-1. Perfect. Here's the wind and the pitch from Verlander. That's in for a strike, kind of right down the middle. San Francisco had some good passive takes early in this bat. Not as much late in the at-bat. 2-2. And that's foul, third base line. Count stays 2-2. Good job to stay alive. The wind and the pitch. That is, oh man, strike 3 on the edge. I don't know about that one. But the umpire calls it, and that will set him down on strikes. Russell Martin 1 for 1 with a single, stolen base to go along with it. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is a strike. Oh, and 1. And that is going to be lifted into right field, but Pence comes over, makes the grab. 2 away for the Giants in the top half of the third. Ryan Zimmerman 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Batting .304 on the season with 11 home runs. Giants looking to play spoiler against this Mets team, holding on to the lone spot in the National League wild card. Maybe more importantly, the fact that the Mets have a 15-game win streak on the line. 1 pitch, 1 swing, and 1 sky-high piece of contact to third. It's an out. That'll do it for the top half. Oh. Sorry, we're in the bottom half of the third. What's happening? 1 pitch, 1 swing. I forgot what team was up. 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 out for the... Did it just skip? Okay, that wasn't me. It was not great. Sometimes it does that. I don't know. It just skips through. Okay, we're good. Everything's fine. It was a 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 out for the Mets. That's in for a strike. What a weird... That misses outside. Weird that it was just so, like, seamless. It just went from, like, that's an out and here's the next batter, and I'm very confused. Because I've been off on the outs at times before where it's like, oh, and that's out number 3. It's like, that's out number 2. First baseman reaches to make the grab, and quickly 2 gone here. See if Mather can be the hero. 2 gone. Bottom 3 don't score. Here's the wind and the pitch, and it's, geez Louise, stop swinging. New York. I know you're on a 15-game win streak. I know you think you can do anything, but you've got to stop swinging at these pitches, at every single thing. I get a strike on the inside. Oh, and 2. MLB players forget the outs in games sometimes. Yeah. I love when they throw the ball into the stands. And it's like, no, there was only 1 gone. We needed that ball. It was still in play. Wind and the pitch. That's foul. Take a little sprinkle bet on who's going to be the first person to do that this year. A little sprinkle bet on First call. That's strike 3 called. Okay, we're heading to the top of the 4th. Okay, that time it gave us a little animation, a little cinematic. Take a bet on a little sprinkle on who calls the first challenge. Is the first challenge correct or overturned, confirmed or overturned? So it's the top of the 4th, no score. Verlander still out there for the Mets. As the wind and the pitch comes in, missed out of the zone for a ball. Verlander steps towards the plate and fires a pitch way outside for a ball. And the Mets might really regret leaving that runner at third. They had an opportunity to drive him in. Could not come up with a 2-1. That's inside. My favorite was a pitcher who struck a guy out and thought it was only 2 outs. Puts his head down and he kicked the mound to clear his cleats and turn to the catcher with his glove out, only to see everyone running off the field. That's really funny. That's really funny. All right, full count to the leadoff batter for the Giants. Here's the payoff pitch. It is fouled away to stay alive. Or a payoff pitch. I don't know what the previous count was. And he'll walk him. Okay. So a walk puts the leadoff runner on first. Do they go to the bullpen? Do they just think that this talk at the mound will do the trick? It appears they think the talk at the mound will do the trick. Nick Swisher 0 for 1. If you're the Giants in this situation, do you put any runner, any motion with the runner? Are you even thinking about it? Safe. That's outside. Runner dives back to first base, safe. 1-1. Here's the pitch from the righty. They're going to put the runner in motion. He's going to be sky high. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, he was so far up in the air. I thought it was going to maybe be a double play. That was kind of exciting. They'll end up bringing in the right-handed pitcher, Chris Sampson. 33 starts with a 6-6 record, 6 saves with a 4.75 ERA, 41.2 innings pitched, 11 walks, 27 strikeouts. That one was skied up there. Would have been really fun. Check on the runner at first. He's safe. Mitch Moreland's already worked a walk today. All right. So San Francisco's been willing to put the runner in. Now, if they just throw over 6 to 8 more times, they might actually get him. The best out that we've seen on the base paths, they threw it 4 times before they were able to pick him off successfully. They'll put the runner in motion again. The throw down to second in time for the out. So a couple of throwovers, they go anyway, and the pitcher, or the catcher, mows him down at second base. Here comes the wind and the pitch. Okay. Weird cough there all of a sudden. Kind of just came out of nowhere. That pitch misses wide for a ball. The count is 3-1, 2 gone here in the top of the fourth. The pitcher winds and fires. That one stays upstairs for a ball. Good patience by San Francisco. Batters love a 3-1 swinging. Nate McLouth is 0 for 1 with a strikeout, 3 home runs this season with a .263 average. The wind and the pitch, that is fouled away. And that's outside for a ball. 1-1. The righty winds and fires that to the plate. Ooh, the batter does not like the call. I thought it was a little inside myself. I thought that was going to be a 2-1 count, not a 1-2 count. With San Francisco in a bit of a precarious position here. Let's see if he can polish off the hitter. Not on that pitch. Fouled away to stay alive. Nice swing there to at least get a piece of the ball. And gets him to swing and miss. So, the Mets hold the Giants scoreless yet again. Pedroia, Sandoval, Huff coming up. What about a little bloop from Pedroia? Maybe a double from Pedroia. Knock him home with Sandoval? What do you say? Push that win streak out to like 16 games. Dustin Pedroia steps up. Scoreless game as we head to the bottom of the fourth. The wind and the pitch. It is outside for a ball. It is. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Outside. Makes it 2-0. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is. Oh, I think you would like to see Pedroia take a hack at that. Pitch kind of so bad it ended up being good. If a little dangerous. Here comes the 2-1 pitch from the righty. It is upstairs for a ball. 3-1. We'll wind the pitch, and that is going to be hit right back up the middle. Pedroia able to work a single. Winning run on first. Sneaking double, honestly, but Pedroia picks up a hit, so I can't, can't be picky. Just got to take what the game will give me. Sandoval's batting .226 this season, has 4 home runs. Perfect time for him to make it a 5th home run. The wind and the pitch from the righty is a strike at the letters. A little surprised with that one, considering the inconsistencies of the zone. I looked at that and I was like, man, I think that'll be a ball. And the umpire said, no, that's a strike. That unfortunately is a horrible double play for the Mets. Sandoval out at first for out number 2. Another time where the Mets have had somebody on. They get into a double play. Oof. Aubrey Huff is 1 for 1 with a single. See if he can do anything here. Keep this game alive, or see if we're heading to the 5th inning. Oh, he does, and it is foul. Oh, it just drifted foul. Oh, just give us something, game. That's inside. Almost gets him. I was hoping it was going to just hit the line. Go Giants. Dang, this game looks awesome. That's one way to say it. Here's the wind and the pitch. And that is rolled over to the shortstop and flipped. In time for the out at first. All right. Hell yeah, go Giants. Sandoval secretly still playing for the Giants. Yeah. He's out there whispering. He's like, double play. I'm going to hit it into a double play, guys. I love all of you. All right. Video game. Would you like to give us anything at all? Anything at all? We're in the top of the fifth. That is outside for a ball. I heard him on that one. I heard the ball. Ball. Come on, and blow. Yeah, killing me. Yeah, killing me. That one's upstairs. Feels like an inappropriate time to go, hey, Blue, you're killing me. The wind in the pitch is in for a strike. And that is swung on and missed. Pitch on the inside. Welcome on in, everybody. We're here in the top half of the fifth. We're 2 innings over where we wanted to be. Supposed to be 3-inning games, but neither of these teams can come up with a whole lot in the offensive category. A couple of double plays for the Mets have crushed some chances. And one of these teams, I think it's the Giants, have been kind of aggressive and a lot of outs in the foul territory. The wind and the pitch is going to be hit, sliced, foul. Rolled the first, and there is another out. Somebody, I think, is going to have to run into something in this game to get us moving in a direction that isn't stagnant 0-0 games. A couple people have said that this game looks better than the show 25, which is interesting. People love a PS2 game that's normally in 4x3, stretched out to 16:9, and then re-smushed back to 4x3. 1-0. The wind and the pitch is low. 2-0. The wind, the pitch. People, do you want to take swings at pitches that are in good spots, or do you want to just swing at the garbage on the outside? That's inside. There's no way I'm not connected. Like the whole of my internet's being used to stream a PS2 baseball game. YouTube Studio going, you're not connected. Okay, no appeal down to first. He didn't go, but okay. Giants get one aboard for Russell Martin, 1 for 2 with a single and a stolen base, a .293 season average. I mean, the Mets have been getting hits and walks where they hit into the double play. Giants can't even get a guy on base. Yeah. My God, they taunted us. They teased us. I thought that might get... I thought that had a little air under it. Giants work a walk, but come away with nothing. There'll be no score. We'll head to the home half of the third. Sucking up all the internet, man. Said the angry man at the internet cafe. Just trying to stream, guys. Just be chill, okay? Trying to upload. I'm uploading, I'm downloading, I'm getting everything going. The wind and the pitch is lifted into right field. Oh my god, we're going to be here forever. This game, boy, when it decides that it's going to be a pitcher's duel, it decides it is a pitcher's duel. The thing that's so frustrating about it is how inconsistent the Verlander was for the Mets. Garcia's pitched very nicely up until this point. Okay, I thought for sure that was going to be the pitch that was just absolutely nuked out of here. He's been pitching really nice. There it goes. The righty winds and fires in for a strike. Kind of looked like it was going to be on that inside and just drifted into the middle there. Here comes the 0-2. Outside for a ball. 1-2. One gone, no score. Here in the home half of the fifth, the wind, the pitch, and it is low for a ball. The righty is ready to throw the 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. It is rolled over. First baseman, the pitcher covering, does a nice job, and that is out number 2. Man, it's like I'm playing for the Mets. They're hitting into like the worst double plays you've ever seen, and it's just so frustrating. Connor Jackson, he's 0 for 1. The wind and the pitch, he is low and inside. Mariners still leading their division at the moment. Yes, they have clinched a playoff spot. That's upstairs. Wind. Which gets the bottom part of the zone for a strike. I don't know about that one. 2-1. I guess it's not the worst. Could be a 3-0 count. Hands off controller. And it turns out it's a 3-1 count either way. Two outs. The wind, the pitch from the righty, and that'll be hit to the second baseman who scoops it. Stands and fires to first in time. We're heading top 6. 4 total hits in this game. It's almost like we, this game. It just. Why is that what you're swinging at? Goodness gracious. The pitches that they're swinging at versus the pitches that they are letting go are baffling. The wind, the pitch is fired outside for a ball. I like him doubling up on that. He went for it the first time. Why not try and see if he'll go for it the second time? 2-1. The wind and the pitch, it is lifted to left, but this will be held in the ballpark. It'll get to the warning track, but that's all it'll do. Catch made right at the cut of the grass, and that will be out number 1. Carl Crawford 0 for 1 with a walk. And a strikeout, I believe. Yes, walk and a strikeout. One and out. Righty winds and fires. It's going to be rolled over. Second baseman scoops, fires to first in time. And that is out number 2. Nick Swisher 0 for 2 today. The wind and the pitch, and Swisher. 1 pitch, 1 swing, and that will be... Could have a nice fall-away throw by the shortstop. That'll be an out. We'll head to the home half of the 6th inning. We are still we're deadlocked at 0, everybody. Like he tried to avoid the chalk lines, but kind of also just jumped right onto them. Eight, 9-1 hitters coming up for the Mets. Ramon Castro. Take a strike on the outside. Of course he'll take a strike on the outside. Why wouldn't he take a strike on the outside? Game. 0-1. Garcia still going strong even though he has 0 stamina. Away in 2. Here's the wind, the pitch. It is outside for a ball. That is swung on and missed, so Castro is down on strikes. Freddie Garcia, no walks through 5.1 innings pitched, 3 hits and 2 strikeouts. Ramon Santiago, that is why it's just so irritating that why doesn't the stamina work? We want bullpen chaos. A big swing and a miss on that pitch inside. The righty to the plate, inside for a ball. And that's outside for a ball. Good take. Can anybody get anything going here? Mets were able to get a runner to third but couldn't bring him in after a double play crushed those chances. So basically they just have to run into something. I'm trying to think if we had any extra base hits or anything. Ready's winds, fires, and that is swung on and missed. So down on strikes yet again for the Mets. And they'll highlight Garcia's 63 pitches this time around. 5.2 innings pitched. 3 in the hit column and the strikeout column. It's a good balance. Joe Mather. Here's Garcia's pitch. Come on. Come on, game. The record length of a game is 8 innings. And with the way both of these teams are playing, it feels like we could get that. We could go into actual real-life extra innings with these teams, it feels. Here's a wind and the pitch, and it is hit into right field. That's a little 2-out single there. So Pedroia looking for a little 2-out magic here. And he'll take a pitch that they will call a ball, high and inside. If you said it right the first time. Lather. Okay. I guess don't trust the PA announcer. They're just here to set me up to fail. 1-1. Big swing from Pedroia to pitch inside. 1-2. And that's fouled away. And smashed but sliced. Foul. Come on, video game. Do anything. We don't need like multiple games going 6 innings. Multiple days in a row. That is hit into center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Knocks the lead runner to second. And that's where they will stay. I keep highlighting Garcia here. He has a very bad record. 4-12, I think is what the number was. Pablo Sandoval opportunity to play the hero. Pablo Sandoval. Sandoval on the outside takes a strike, 0-1. That'll be okay. All right, we head to the top of the 7th, everybody. Nobody can do really anything. The Mets have 5 hits. It's like I'm playing as the Mets. 5 hits, no runs. The San Francisco Giants have 1 hit. They will go to the bullpen to bring in the lefty, Wesley Wright. 3 games with a 1-1 record, no saves, no ERA. 6.2 innings pitched, and they really flashed that one away from me quickly. Four walks, 6 strikeouts were the numbers I was looking for. The lefty misses inside for a ball, 1-0. That is way inside for a ball. Moves his feet a little bit. 2-0. And that's lifted out towards center field. The center fielder comes over and makes the grab. And 1 away. They're not going to the... Oh, they're giving us the commentators. We don't need that. Nate McLeod, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. That's how infrequent that happens. I forget that they show the commentators. How long have we been here? Big swing, lefty, lefty. Here, hold on. Let's see. Where did this... Oh, it doesn't tell me. Cool. Why does it not have the... Alright. Oh. I was going to try and look at it, but it took away the little time code on the... little time code on the bottom. Matt Vasgersian, man, he did so many of these games. Yeah, he only recently got removed. Because you can look at the show wiki that we've only looked at several hundred times. That'll be the show wiki. Vasgersian did 16 of them. 06 all the way to 21. 2006 to 2021, yeah. It says. I mean, it's a helpful chart. I do kind of miss the sideline reports that you get every once in a while. That's rolled. Heidi Watney. Okay. Here we go. Somebody doing something. Anybody doing anything. Anybody. Bueller. That's fouled away. San Francisco, nice job here to keep this at-bat alive. A lot of foul balls here. It's a 3-2 count. As we learned how many appearances Matt Vasgersian made. That is smashed, but it's going foul. There's finally back into... Whoa, foul. That was an early foul ball call. I did not anticipate it all the way up there. 3-2 still. Here's the pitch from the lefty, and it is smashed into left field, but that'll do it. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the road. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care where we're going, whatever. Way to speed run it. Root for the Giants. If they don't win, it's a shame. 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out as I'm losing my mind. Bum, 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 bum. 0-1. Now I know how that commentator felt at the end of the Detroit game. He's like, I still got to do a fucking game wrap up. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. 0-2. Bottom of the 7th. If the Mets do not score here, we will guarantee tie the length of the next game. Or the longest game, excuse me. 8 innings. And if we go any longer... Uh-oh. Two and two. The wind and the pitch. Swung on and missed for Huff. And the Mets have one out here in the home half of the 7th. Hunter Pence 1 for 2 with a single. Can he be the hero? Why not make this home run number 10? I'm really surprised neither of the teams have run into anything. Jeez Louise, you can't be calling that a strike at this stage. We're 4 innings past when we were supposed to be done, and you're over here going, yeah, that's a strike. cool, man. That ball is foul. 0-2. Wind in the pitch outside for a ball. Makes a good call on that outside pitch. Pence. Oh my God, this game. It just gets so cute on the edges, and it's so brutal to watch. I mean, like, it's a good... I feel like we're a little spoiled sometimes with how it gives the... we just saw an at-bat that took forever to get through because he was fouling pitches off, and then Pence doesn't swing at it, and that's fouled away. All right, 2 gone here in the bottom of the 7th. That is swung on. We're going to the 8th. We are going 8 innings in this game. I'm getting New York Mets personally. Renteria, D'Onofrio, and Martin. Something. San Francisco has 1 hit somehow. Edgar Renteria is 0 for 2 with .253 average. No home runs, 8 RBI. This is as long as we've gone. Top of the... 8 full innings. That is low for a ball. Can the Giants just run into something? Can the Mets run into something? Do we go to the 9th just for fun? Here's the wind and the pitch. It is outside for a ball. Here comes the 2-0, and that is going to be hit into center field for a single. The San Francisco Giants have a hit. We have a runner on base, everybody. We have to take our small victories wherever we can get them, because Lord knows we're not getting the large victories, as in this game finally being done. Mets are going to the bullpen. No, Giants are going to go to a pinch runner. Everett. Okay. Cabrera. Do they put this runner in motion? Not on that pitch. Sails inside just a little bit, and it is 1-0. Now they put him in motion. Safe at second. Pinch runner immediately coming in handy for the Giants. Gets them out of a double play possibility. And never really a question. One and one. Runner on second. That would be the go-ahead run, the wind, the pitch outside for a ball. That is foul as the runner heads back to second. 2-2. The wind and the pitch inside for a ball. So a full count here from the lefty to the right-handed hitter. I mean, you don't dare try to get him to steal third, do you? No, he'll foul that one away. This is the kind of at-bat I was talking about in the last inning, where it's the takes that some of these teams make are so bizarre. But then we get some of these nice battles. We're a little spoiled sometimes. That pitch was not even close. So Runners on first and second. And, okay, this time we're going to the bullpen. They'll bring in the righty, Ramon Troncoso. Okay. He's 2-0 in 6 games. And the Giants are going to bring in another pinch runner, Tony Gwynn Jr. Okay. 6 games for Troncoso. 2-0 record, 1 save, no ERA, 6 innings pitched, no walks, 2 strikeouts. He is just setting up for the bunt. That is up the third base line. Are they going to be able to get there? There's the out at first. So a little bit of the squeeze there. Ryan Zimmerman 0 for 3 with a strikeout, 299 average. Oh, and they're going to set up a force at any base. So we're seeing a little bit of everything here in the 8th. We have to get to the 8th inning for this game to get wild, wacky, and interesting, apparently. 2 pinch runners, a sacrifice bunt, an intentional walk. Now we have an opportunity for it's not a walk-off grand slam, though. It's unfortunate. 1 gone. And a strike low. That, boy, that can't be the call in this situation, huh? It's Carl Crawford 0 for 2. He has a walk and a strikeout. The wind and the pitch. Swung on and missed. 0-2. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Crawford rolls over it to second for 1. Over to first. Not in time! A run scores! We've been blessed with a run, everybody! Oh, my goodness. Crawford with way more speed than I anticipated. Holy moly. What kind of speed does he? He is full speed. Okay. My apologies to Carl Crawford. I sincerely apologize. Safe at first. Oh. He legged it out and avoided the inning-ending double play. Over to first again. Safe. Boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. The zone is tall today, everybody. Here's the wind and the pitch, and it is in the dirt. Looked like he thought about throwing it up the line to third, but I think you need to just block it. Don't worry about where anybody's going. Wind and the pitch outside for a ball. Two and one. And he's going to lift this to the shortstop position. Boy, San Francisco comes away with a run, but they have just 2 hits. There was an intentional walk, a sacrifice bunt, just kind of a little bit of everything going on in that inning. Last chance for the Mets. The 7, 8, 9 hitters are going to need to keep it going. So Everett Cabrera is now the shortstop as we head to the home half of the 8th. And then the other guy must have been a designated hitter. Which, you know what, I should have been more thankful for it throughout the season. But we did turn the DH on in both leagues. Thank God. Because then you get these NL games where it's like, there's just 8 batters and then the pitchers come up. You're like, this is not what anybody wants. Here's the wind and the pitch, and that is fouled away. Foul ball. Oh, and 2. The wind, the pitch. Foul. Here's the pitch from the righty. It is way outside for a ball. One and 2. And it's a broken bat flare to the right side, and that is an out. Nice catch. Who's going where? We do have a pinch hitter here. Chris Dickerson. He has no average home runs or RBIs. Does have a stolen base. Wind and the pitch is sliced. Foul. The righty steps to the plate way inside. One and 1. In for a strike on that inside part of the plate. And that's fouled away. Foul ball. Okay, that was a weird cut. I didn't even hit any of the buttons on my controller. 1 and 2. Swung on and missed, so the pinch hitter does not work out in New York's favor. So we have this Mets game. We'll go ahead and write 8-inning marathon next to that. Ramon Santiago. I mean, just everybody thank Carl Crawford in the chat. He is the reason that it is 1-0. Mets down to their final out here in the home half of the 8th. The wind and the pitch. Third baseman can't come up with it. We're not done yet, folks. We're not done yet. It's a nice effort, but couldn't come up with it. Uh-oh. And, okay, San Francisco's going to the bullpen. Daniel Bard. Nope, nothing. Zeros everywhere. And we have a pinch runner for the Mets. Unieski Betancourt. Joe Mather. Like Lather? Yeah, Mather. Mather. Did the Mets put the runner in motion? Oof. He wanted all of that one, and it is swung on and missed. 0-1. That stays outside for a ball. 1-1. 2 gone. Tying run at first. Go ahead run at the plate, or aka the winning run. And he takes that for a strike. Mets down to their final strike. It's been a marathon. The Mets are looking at losing their winning streak here, and that's what they'll do. That was a god-awful swing to end the game. Flip the swings. Why are you... whatever. God, the pitches this game swings at. The San Francisco Giants play spoiler. It stops a 15-game win streak for the New York Mets. But more importantly, it ties them with the Florida Marlins for the spot in the wild card. Freddie Garcia, he pitched 7.2 innings, 6 hits, 7 strikeouts. And hey, guess what? He has 0 stamina. This stupid game. He improves to 5-12. Wesley Wright falls to 1-2. Daniel Bard gets his first save of the season. We can all thank Carl Crawford for legging out that double play and making sure that that didn't happen. Miserable. Absolutely miserable game to watch. Neither team could really get anything going. Mets had a runner on third early in that one. 6 hits, they just can't get anything going. All right. Hey, we still have 2 games left to watch. We were there for so long. Okay, those games were back to back. Let's see. Let's take a quick look at the standings. The National League wild card. Okay, Mets Marlins. Padres a game and a half back. So if the Padres can pick up a win today, they would have an opportunity to be playing for a wild card spot. They're on a W3. Diamondbacks lost. Goodness gracious. All right, let's slide down to... We want Angels and Rays. Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. Angels trail the Athletics for, what would you call it? The wild card spot in the AL. I totally blanked there. Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. If you're new and you want more, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. It's free. You're also welcome to subscribe over on Twitch. Follow along there. Be doing more streams over there and over here at the same time. As I flip the thumbnail, give the video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it. Thanks again for hanging out. I know that last game was a marathon. As we jump into this one. Tampa Bay is 10 games under 500. But that's not why we're here. The Los Angeles Angels are 41-39. If the Angels lose here, the Athletics will have an opportunity to clinch that AL wildcard spot. If the Angels win, puts the pressure on the Athletics to pick up the victory and keep that at a one-game lead. Franklin Gutierrez will lead things off from center field for the Tampa Bay Rays. Nate Shearholtz is the DH. Jason Worth is in right. Kelly Johnson's at second. Mike Morse is at first. Chris Johnson at third. Carlos Ruiz, the catcher. David Murphy in left. Jack Wilson is the shortstop. It's a bookend of Mariners. Cliff Lee is 10-5 with a 5.64 ERA. 16 games, 44.2 innings pitched, 55 hits, 12 walks, 39 strikeouts for him on the season. All right. Coming off the 8-inning game, which we were there for well over an hour. That's a very long time to be there. I don't think you can look at the... You can't look at the... That's in for a strike. We are underway here in Los Angeles. Lee gets a little cutesy with that. Left it in kind of a hittable spot, but Gutierrez can't get to it, and that is out number 1. Nate Shearholtz. I mean, I guess the best thing the game can do for us now is give us a couple of quick 2.5 inning home wins. Try and balance out that run time a little bit. That's fouled away from the lefty. Winds and fires. Swung on and missed. Oh, and 2. Lefty to the outside, misses 1 and 2. And that's smashed, but foul. One and 2, yet again. That is swung on and missed. Lee quickly getting through a couple of these Rays batters. Four-seam fastball at 92 miles an hour, just late on the swing timing for the strikeout. So an out in foul territory, followed by a strikeout, brings up Jason Worth. 8 home runs, 26 RBI, a couple of stolen bases. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is. Gets that strike at the low part of the zone. Boy, this strike zone is broken today. Broken on every side, it feels. Here comes the 0-1. And that is foul. Ever so slightly foul. 0 and 2. Lee sets. He'll wind and fire. It's in the dirt. Good take by Worth there. Here comes the 1-2. It is swung on and missed. So, a couple of strikeouts for Lee there in that first inning and the out in foul territory. Get you set with this Los Angeles Angels lineup in just a moment. Cameron Maben is the righty. He is the DH, and he'll be leading things off. Followed by third baseman Casey McGee. Adrian Gonzalez at first. John Buck is the catcher. Ryan Ludwig in left. Ben Zobrist in right. Felipe Lopez at second. Peter Borges is patrolling center. Ryan Roberts, the shortstop. We have a double Ryan lineup. Ludwig and Roberts. Yohan Santana, 4-8 with a 6.28 ERA, 16 games, 43 innings pitched, 52 hits, 13 walks, 34 strikeouts on the season. Making his last start of the year. Who won the Giants Mets? I had to go help my kid for a few. The Giants. Oh, and you, look at you. Likely ban of Vader. Oh, wow. Cool. Get out of here. That is low and outside. 4-ball. One and one. That is swung on and missed. One and two. No score here. Red versus blue. That is swung on and missed. So, strikeout for the Angels in the top, or in the bottom half of the first. Running fastball at 93 miles an hour, just early on the swing timing. Casey McGee, whose name I said very wrong for a while. I just want to throw in a McGee. That is in for a strike. That's how tired we are. We're falling apart here. Watching an 8-inning, hour-plus game. That'll do things to you. We can make a whole compilation of games that are just 8 innings long. That's inside. Backs him off the plate. That video would be 3.5 hours long. Oh boy. Some of them went better than others, just from, my mental stability standpoint. That is lifted. It's the first out in fair territory. Everything else has been strikeouts. So 3 strikeouts between the two teams so far, and out in foul territory, and now out in fair territory. 2 gone as the lefty will face a lefty. Santana winds and fires, and there's a hit. Gets down, and the left fielder hits a tumble animation. With that, the runner is going to try to advance to second. He is there safely. The throw kind of high, pulls the defender off the bag, and bing, bang, boom. Angels have a runner in scoring position, looking to shift that pressure to the Athletics. Los Angeles, I believe, on a pretty nice win streak themselves. Or at least just a very good stretch where they're like 8-1, 9-1 in their last 10, something like that. I think they're on a big W streak. Here's the 0-1. That one gets a strike call on the outside edge. He's 0-2 with 2 outs. The runner on second, so the Angels are going to need to do something with... Okay, all right. You could have let me finish the thought. You could have let me finish the sentence. Between MLB 11, the show, and NCAA March Madness 2005, games are not letting me finish thoughts. Kelly Johnson, 276 average, 2 home runs, 10 RBI, 3 stolen bases. The wind and the pitch, that is rolled foul. Went back and watched the ending Yay Giants. Yeah, the Crawford, I didn't realize how quick Crawford was. He beat out that double play and just, it saved us. Carl Crawford's our MVP of the day. Just, I don't care how the game ends. I just want it to end. And Johnson is going to have a little conversation with the umpire, as that was a strike 3 called on the inside. I don't know why this zone is so broken today. Mike Morse. So another strikeout here for Lee. Lefty will wind and fire. That is driven foul. All right, ball. 0-1. Here's the wind and the pitch. In for a strike right at the knees. 0-2. The lefty is ready. That's going to hit him. Okay. Had him 0-2, trying to go inside. It's going to be a hit by pitch. Chris Johnson batting .333. See what he can do here. Rays looking to spoil the Angels' hopes of getting into the playoffs. That is inside. 2-0. That's in for a strike. Low outside corner. Runner on first, 2-1. Stays upstairs for a ball. 3-1 now. That's going to be rolled to the shortstop. Oh no, he bobbles. It should have been a double play. Instead, it's just the one out at first. Oh, it was going to probably be pretty tight either way you sliced it, but I guess at the very least you would have gotten the lead runner instead of just the trail runner at first base. Or heading to first base. So with 2 outs, a runner in scoring position. This time it's for the Rays. Angels failed to capitalize on their opportunity. See what the Rays can do here. And the Angels were unable to come up with that double play. Game loves punishing teams for that. That somehow was foul. Okay. Thought that might stay fair, and this game was gonna give me yet another middle finger. Instead, it's just one extra pitch. Underhand toss to the pitcher covering. That is out number 3, and that will do it. 1 hit for Los Angeles. 1 hit by pitch for Tampa Bay. Ludwig, Zobrist, and Lopez. If this game goes into extra innings, I might lose my mind. Just somebody get a hold of something. Do something, anything. The lefty is ready. He'll wind and fire, and that is a strike on the outside. Lefty winds, fires, and that is going to be hit. Ooh, past the second baseman's glove into right field for a single. Ben Zobrist. 255 average, 5 home runs, 20 RBI, 1 stolen base. And Zobrist will lift this into left field. The left fielder takes a peek at it. Makes a run for it and does come up with the catch. It's a nice play out there. There's been a couple of good defensive plays that we've seen here. We saw the dive out in right field. That's a nice running catch. Just so frequently it's been funky, weird strikeouts, poorly called strikeouts looking, and then you have a lot of ground balls. We can get behind a nice outfield play here and there. That stays out for a ball. 1-0. That is in for a strike. I just don't know about that one at all. So 1-1. 1 out. Swung on and missed to make it 1-2. The pitcher readies, winds, fires, lifts this one into right field. It'll touch down. Runner will hit second and head for third. The throw in is not quite in time, but it's a heck of a defensive effort. Okay, go ahead, run. Go ahead, run. 90 feet away, but Los Angeles does have the double play to contend with. Here's the wind, the pitch, and it is hit right back up the middle. Double play be darned. Runner will just advance to second. Oh, this is going to make things interesting for this athletics game that we'll be watching here coming up after this. Ryan Roberts, 36 games, a 319 average. That must have, I think that was a last season stat. I don't know why they would point out that it's just 36 games. There have been guys that have had way fewer games. The pitch, swung on and missed. Double play still in order here for the Rays if they can get a ground ball. Turn 2 and limit the damage to just the 1 run here in this bottom of the second. They're going to have very little time to get back into this one as that pitch misses low. One and one. That's outside for a ball. Here's the wind and the pitch, and that's way low. Three and one. And 4 and 1. Okay. That is going to shift everybody 90 feet. Bases are loaded. Santana has a jam here. Cameron Maben 0 for 1 with a strikeout. 303 this season. And that'll be a strike on the inside corner. The lefty is ready, winds, fires, and that's inside. That is lifted. That's going to hit the gap. That's going to score 1. It's going to score 2. It might score 3. Bases clearing double. The throw in just a little late. It is 4-0 Los Angeles. Wow. Finally, some offense. Casey McGee 0 for 1, 319 average. 5 home runs, 17 RBI. That's upstairs for a strike. Actually, that threw me off. Again, the pitches have been, or the zone has been so weird. I thought it was going to be a ball. What they call it, a strike. That's outside for a ball. Swung on and missed. Game 3 of 4 of our broadcast today. Here's the 1-2 pitch. 1 on, 1 out. That's fouled away to stay alive. That's misses outside low. Kind of a bold take. That's like the one spot in the zone. It's kind of that outside low corner to a righty left-hand batter's box corner, I guess. Low corner, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. That's the spot that, like the upstairs, downstairs, the right-hand batter's box, like top to bottom, is wide, tall, whatever. There's one corner where it's kind of like, I don't seem to get the calls over there. Looking to limit the damage to just 4 runs. It's a lefty-lefty matchup, and he'll get the slow roller. This game. How did he not reach down and try to grab the ball at all? Oh my goodness. We're going to watch it from the ball's perspective. It's hit right back to him. This game, throughout the entire season, has given pitchers some of the wildest animations that you could imagine. And this one, it just says, no, he's outpacing it. Oh my goodness. So it's still just 2 outs. Oh boy. That's inside for a ball. I don't even know. Where are we? Are we sitting? That's a nice diving play by the shortstop to get us out of the inning. Well, I asked for one thing, and hey, if things hold, we might get it. 4-0 as we head to the top of the third. Tampa Bay, no runs, no hits, no errors. Los Angeles, 4 runs on 6 hits. 4 runs on 5 hits in that inning. They did have the 1 hit earlier in the game. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. That's okay. That's not a strike. All right. Top of the third. Lee looking to end this one quickly as a lefty fires. That's going to be lifted into foul territory. Catcher waiting for it to come down into the glove, and there's 1 out. Jack Wilson, 270 average, 1 home run, 8 RBI. This is the bottom of the lineup. It's the sandwiched by Mariners or bookended by Mariners lineup, however you would like to phrase it. He'll face the lefty Cliff Lee, and that is in for a strike. The wind and the pitch is fouled away. One and one. The lefty winds and fires outside for a ball. Two and one. The wind to the pitch, and it is low for a ball. 3-1. That's foul. Third base. Up the third base line. The wind in the pitch is fouled away. Okay. Long at bat here for Wilson. Looking at a payoff pitch. And that's upstairs for a walk. Okay, Cliff Lee, buddy, we can't be being cute here. You have a 4-run lead. We gotta fire some balls into the strike zone here, buddy. One on, one out. As the lefty winds, fires, and this one's lifted. 1 pitch, 1 swing, and the second baseman drifts out into right field to make it 1 out. Runner back to first. Shearholtz, last chance. It's a lefty-lefty matchup. Last chance here for the Rays. The wind, the pitch, swung on and missed, 0-1. That is high and outside for a ball. Please, for the love of short games. I agree. Please, for the love of short games, do not give up this 4-run lead. That's low for a ball. Cliff Lee, throw the ball in the strike zone. Oh my God. Just throw it in the zone. The strike zone. It's there. It's 2-2 with 2 outs. You have a 4-run lead to work with. Be aggressive. Fouled away by Gutierrez. That ball's foul. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. The problem with the 8-inning games is it burns all my patience for the pitcher's BS. Just all their garbage. Runner in motion, fouled away. Another payoff pitch on the way, so runners on the... I'm going to lose my mind. Why did the first baseman not pick up the ball? He just walked away from it, and then the other guy had to get it. Oh my, this stupid game. Here's the wind and the pitch. That's a strike on the outside corner. Nice location. I shouldn't be complimenting him because he keeps trying to throw cutesy garbage like that. 1-1. The wind and the pitch from Lee. Low for a ball. Oh my God. Two and one. It's 3-1. Oh no. Oh boy, oh boy. That wasn't even close. No. No. It loads the bases. Is this a game time? I can't look. Okay, so it's Kelly Johnson. He's a lefty hitter here. Takes pitch number 1 for strike 1. It's 0-1. The wind and the pitch from the lefty is hit. First baseman's got to come up with it. The throw is in time for the out. Okay. All right. The Los Angeles Angels did everything in their power. Everything in their power to make that as unnecessarily nerve-wracking as possible. It's too bad there's not a member of our chat called Game Tying Grand Slam. Okay. Cliff Lee, you're not the player of the game. You are not the player of the game. You improved 11-5. Yohan Santana falls to 4-9. I refuse. Refuse to acknowledge you as the player of the game. Only 1 hit given up, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. He faced 13 total batters. He was just way too cute in that last inning. There's no reason for him to be that cute. I'm going to get him with a low strike. No, you're going to throw it in the zone. and you're going to strike him out or give up a hit. Do something. Contact. God, quit wasting our time with your cutesy garbage. Okay. Now that we've reset ourselves, Yankees win over the Royals 1-0. If things hold here, who's the leader in the AL? I think it's actually the Mariners. The Yankees would have home field advantage in that series with the Royals. Cubs over the Astros 1-0. Braves over the Brewers 2-0. The Angels beat the Rays 4-0, and we're going to slide down just one game. Athletics now just lead by a half game over the Angels. A win here keeps them one game up. I don't know who has the series lead. It's unfortunate because most teams played every division opponent just twice, and they were both 3-game sets. So that it's not like it's a 7-game split, 4 home, 3 away, whatever. So there's not like a definitive winner. So a lot of them are like, hey, it's a 3-game sweep here, or it's a 3-3 series tie. Great. Super helpful. Welcome on in to the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. The Athletics 42-38. The Minnesota Twins are 33-47. Oh boy. Let's jump into the action here. Dexter Fowler, the center fielder, leads things off. Yunel Escobar at shortstop. Kendra Morales at first. Marcus Thames at Marcus Thames? Who am I thinking? I'm thinking of the other guy. Thames? Marcus Thames. Anyway, he's the left fielder. Lance Berkman in right, Chase Utley at second, Yadier Molina. The catcher, Kevin Kuzmanoff at third, and Roger Bernardina is the DH. Josh Beckett, 8-5 with a 3.12 ERA, 16 games, 49 innings pitched, 40 hits, 20 walks, 37 strikeouts. Good hits to strikeouts ratio. Dexter Fowler's batting .223, 1 home run, 9 RBI, 8 stolen bases as we enter our fourth and final game of the evening. Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. If you haven't already, consider subscribing. Give the video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it. If you'd like to be notified, you can ring the bell. And you can try to get notified on both platforms, streaming live on Twitch and on YouTube, as we see a lead-off double. I forgot to grab another drink, so I'm going to do that real quick because we had a marathon game, and I'm all out of drink. Right. We're back. We're back. The Twins with a runner on second. 2-1 count. Nobody out. The righty winds and fires. They're going to try and steal third. Why? It's just a horrible decision. There's no reason to do it. I know you have nothing to lose. That's way outside. 2-1 with nobody out is what it should be, but when you try to steal third. Ugh. Okay. Pitcher's already trying to get cute here in this one. Not great. Kendry Morales, 292 average. 8 home runs, 21 RBI. Wind and the pitch. That's going to be rolled over. First baseman to second for one. Back to first. Not in time. It's a good hustle up the first base line. It's a little bit of a slow roller. He actually fielded that pretty nicely. It's as bang bang a play as you're going to get. Okay, Marcus Timms. Yeah, I was right. Okay. I doubted myself. I was correct. Marcus Timms. That's outside. For a ball. Okay. We need some pitchers to find the zone here. 2 outs, a runner on first. Just think they could have had runners on the corners with just one gone, but Minnesota playing extra dumb today. Trying to send that runner to third on a stolen base attempt. Ugh. 1-1. That is high inside corner. 2-1. That misses. 3-1 to Timms. As a train horn blows in the background. And hey, that's a nice hit. That's going to hit the gap. That's going to hit all the way to the wall. The runner will round third and head home. The cutoff is late and up the line. Safe for the RBI double. Lance Berkman batting .243. 6 home runs, 16 RBI, and a stolen base. Okay, so if we get the same kind of result here, where the team that's trailing by a game gets the victory, and the team that leads, as this is slicing, foul ball. If we get that same situation, we still have the situation. Well, actually, we have to get the Padres score. Padres game has not been simulated yet. That might end things. We might actually just be watching the same 4 games tomorrow, as we try to sort out the last few playoff spots. That's the word I was looking for. I was trying to think, because there's 3 on each side that are taken care of. Well, no. Hold on. Jacoby Ellsbury is the center fielder. He's leading things off. Vladimir Guerrero is behind him in right, batting second. Kevin Youkilis is at third, batting third. Adam Lind at first. Hideki Matsui in left. Keila Kaiahue is the designated hitter. Clinton Barnes is the shortstop. Jose Lopez at second. Brian Schneider is the catcher. The AL West, the AL East, the AL Central, the NL Central, the NL East. So then there's 3 left. So 5 and 3 for 8. Okay. Hey, King Felix, our guy. He's 5-6 with a 4.96 ERA. 16 games, 45.1 innings pitched. He's given up 45 hits, walked 24 batters, and struck out 48. See what he can do. He's been gifted a 1-run lead. However, he also got kind of screwed because it should be a 2-run lead. I can't believe they tried to steal third. It's not, they weren't even close. Oh no. 1 pitch, 1 swing. It's curving back in. Looks like the ballpark will hold it, and it is a loud out to start the game. King Felix usually made a couple of starts down here in Oakland. Unless the timing just never lined up, but I mean, how often were down there? A bunch. Actually, here, let's do that. It's Vladimir Guerrero. Let's look up Felix Hernandez. Oh boy, 2 pitches, 2 swing, 2 loud pieces of contact. One goes for a loud out, the other one's for a loud single. Felix, there it is. Hernandez. Let's see stats. Stats against the Athletics. Stat Muse. Let's use that. Well, he went 26-15 with an ERA, and there's another loud. Oh, what an out. What a catch. Second kind of web gem here that we've had, but the problem is that Felix has given up a lot of loud contact here. Felix Hernandez had a 26-15 record with an ERA of 2.88, 316 strikeouts, and 53 appearances against the Oakland Athletics in his career. So what, 2011? Oh, in 2011 he played them 4 times, twice on the road, twice at home. That is another loud piece of contact with foul. So he didn't play them as much as I thought. 2, 3, 4. 4 in 08, 1, 2 in 09, 3 in 2010. The strikeout will set down the side for the Athletics. They come up with 1 hit, but no runs. So that's kind of surprising, I guess. I mean, because this would be, you'd see them a lot. You'd see them more frequently. Chase Utley batting .239. He'll lead things off for the Minnesota Twins here in the top half of the second. The righty winds and fires. That is high for a ball. One and oh. The wind and the pitch, and it is inside 2-0. Righty is ready. Winds, fires. Oof. Got a real aggressive and generous swinging strike there. 2-1. Should be a 3-0 count considering how out of the. Wow. How out of the zone that pitch was. That is a brutal out for the Twins. Ahead 2-0. 2 horrible swings. And that will be out number 1. Yadier Molina. He apparently has a career high in RBI. One nothing Minnesota lead here with 1 gone, top of the second. Facing the righty, and he will put a swing, a charge into that one. The left fielder, no chance at it as it's over his head. He'll try to get it into second base. The cutoff ruins everything, though it might not have had the strength to get to second quickly enough anyway. Kevin Kuzmanoff. He's batting 100. The wind and the pitch, outside for a ball. One and oh. That's in for a strike. One and one. Runner on second. Twins looking for a little extra, little insurance, I guess I should say. Strike is called to make it 1 and 2. That is going to be lifted out towards Center field, the wind kind of took that one a little bit. Runner tags at second. He'll head to third. The cutoff. It's a nice play by Youkilis at third base. I could have started to get wild over there. Roger Bernardina batting 194, a home run, 6 RBI, and no stolen bases. I don't remember graphics looking like MVP 05. I mean, there's only so much. This was your MLB 11 was your first MLB game? We had MVP 04? Actually, the first MLB game we had was... Oh boy, that's an out. That's a big out for Oakland. I was not sure he was going to be able to get that there. 3 hits for Minnesota, but just the 1 run. Oakland will look to respond here. Hideki Matsui will lead things off. Ken Griffey Jr. Major League Baseball featuring Ken Griffey Jr. was our first MLB game for the Nintendo 64. The wind of the pitch from King Felix inside for a ball. 1-0. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. The wind and the pitch in for a strike on the outside corner. One and one. That is hit out towards center field. Oh my goodness, this game's animations. Just never quite sure if the fielders are going to come up with it. Because just frequently enough, they don't. Nice play by Fowler out there. Felix Hayahue step it up. Athletics need to get something going here. They are only a half-game lead for that AL wildcard spot. That's in for a strike. A loss here would tie them with the Angels, and it would go to a... I don't even know what it would go to. You have to win and scoreboard watch. That pitch is outside and low for a ball. One and one. Felix to the plate, swung on and missed. Kayahui, as I mentioned time and time again, doesn't have the greatest batting average, but does put up nice at-bats. And even when I say that, still puts up nice at-bats. Usually I jinx this game, but not with him. That is going to be, he's going to be safe. A nice lunge there. The throw was kind of weak from the third baseman. He tried to make a play on it. That probably would have gone foul. Maybe not. Maybe not. Upon that replay. But Kayahui will come up with a big play there. Gets aboard, and it'll put the go-ahead run, or bring the go-ahead run to the plate. What a time to get the go-ahead run. Bottom of the second in just a 3-inning game. The wind and the pitch is high for a ball. Two and oh. That is okay. Got that right at the top of the zone for a strike. 2-1. And that'll get... Oh, third baseman can't come up with it. There is no play. I thought he had it. I was looking for that double play to come up. huge for the Twins here in the bottom of the second, but Jose Lopez is going to get a chance with just one out. This isn't exactly King Felix's fault. He's been giving up hard contact all game long, but the defense has failed him on the infield here. 2 on, 1 out. Here's the 0-1. Low for a ball. The 1-1. Winds and fires. That's inside for a ball. And there's a nice strike. Two and 2 with 2 outs. Or 2 on, excuse me, just the 1 out. Got my numbers backwards there in my brain. Now a full count. Walk here would be pretty devastating. A strikeout works, though. There's out number 2. King Felix working a tightrope, but comes up big, hitting 96 on the four-seam fastball. Gets the batter to swing very late. Ryan Schneider, 242 average, 1 home run, 2 RBI. The wind and the pitch from King Felix is a 1-pitch, 1 swing. Catcher has the ball, throws down to first. Nice play by the first baseman. Seen a couple of nice snags from some corner infielders. 3 hits for each team. Minnesota's been able to turn one of those hits into a run. Fowler, Escobar, and Morales. Coming up in the top of the 3rd inning. Dexter Fowler, 1 for 1 with a double. He did try to steal third, got thrown out. That ended up costing Minnesota a run, so it should probably be 2-0, provided everything else went the same way. Not about bunting there, but pitch missed pretty wildly. 1-0. Here comes the 1-0. It is in for a strike. Fouled away. 1-2. And it'll be rolled over. Second baseman can't handle it cleanly, and the speed of Dexter Fowler gets to first base safely. Oh, the Athletics are falling apart at the worst possible moment. Athletics and Angels, for the moment, battling for a chance to go face the Mariners in the division series. Yunel Escobar worked a walk. The interesting thing here for the Twins is, do they put Fowler in motion again? He was already thrown out trying to steal a base in the 1st inning. Do you really want to risk that here in the 3rd? Especially with nobody out. They will put him in motion. Pitches inside. Throw down is late as Fowler slides in safely to second. So we kind of saw it, thought it might happen because of earlier in the game. And again, it's just that super delay on the when he catches it and then when he starts the tag. There's such a gap between those two things that really needs to be a lot better, but that's what you get when you buy the PlayStation 2 version of MLB 11 The Show. Three and 0. Hands off controller. And it's a 4-pitch walk. Missed outside, so it's extra good that Fowler comes up with the stolen base. Otherwise, you would have lost a runner heading to second who would have gotten to second anyway due to the walk. Kendry Morales is 0 for 1, but did score a run. The wind and the pitch fouled away. Oh my goodness, they hit him. They hit Morales in the shoulder. The bases are loaded. Wow. I just don't trust that this game is actually going to qualify it as a hit by pitch. Oh, so Marcus Timms, who already has a double and an RBI in this one. Looking for a little more damage here. Nobody out. He'll take a pitch on the outside for a strike. It's a nice location by the pitcher. Righty winds and fires, and Timms drives it foul. Pulls it foul. 0-2. Way outside. Lucky that did not get by the catcher. Might have scored a run. We saw a couple of those the other day. We haven't seen a ton of runs scored on pass balls or wild pitches. He's got to find the zone. They might walk in a run. It might cost them their season. Oh my goodness. 2-2. The wind and the pitch is lifted. Foul. Foul. 2-2 the count. Again, because the previous count, that's what I was looking, was 2-2. Can't come up with any contact on that pitch. Swung on and missed. The strikeout gives the Twins one gone. And gives the Athletics an opportunity to end the inning with a double play. And can prevent any runners from scoring. That's outside for a ball. One and up. That's a bit of a generous strike. It's that low. It's that bottom of the zone to expand a little bit. 1-1. One out. Bases loaded here for the Twins. And they will punch that into right field. It'll score one. They'll send a second runner. The throw. It's going to get him. That's a throw from Vladimir Guerrero. Wow. What an arm. Usually the computer is pretty passive in their... Okay, all right. The worst replay in the world. Are you serious? Usually that would be just a single. It would just move everybody 90 feet. They're going station to station, but... Twins have been aggressive base running, trying to steal third. They try to swipe an extra run. They've cost themselves 2 runs in this game. 2-0 Minnesota, though. Bloop and a blast for the Athletics does tie it up. If you can get 2 on before the blast, you can win it. Of course, that means that Minnesota wouldn't score any more runs. Whatever. 2-0. That is going to be lifted out toward right field. Okay, I was so confused as to why Guerrero was standing perfectly still. It's like, oh no, the game broke. No, it just knew that this is a great example of why the dropped ball in the Nationals Diamondbacks game yesterday was so confusing. Jacoby Ellsbury All right. We're heading to the bottom of the third now. 2-0 Twins. Kobe Ellsbury's going to lead things off for us here in the home half. One and oh. The wind and the pitch. Strike on the outside. One and one. The wind and the pitch is hit into foul territory. Looked like the left fielder was going to take a peek at it, but was not going to come anywhere near it. 1 and 2. That is fouled away. That's foul. 1 and 2. That's upstairs. Two and two. That is lifted into left field. Mauer? What about Mauer? Guerrero's 1 for 1 with a single, and he saved a run with an absolute rocket into home plate. Gotta get somebody on. And hey, there you go. There's your bloop. Into left field. Youkilis just pulled that ball foul. 1 out, 1 on. Athletics looking to keep their lead in the wild card race. MLB 10, the show, Joe Mauer versus Joe Butler commercial. First learned the existence of Mauer. Oh, interesting. I do want to go and get a bunch of old, like, old commercials and stuff. As we see a strikeout. Joe Mauer. Oops. P.S. Commercial. "30 seconds. That's in for a strike. Okay. Athletics down to their... I'm not a ball fan. Gotcha. All right, King Felix got to wiggle off the hook one more time. 0-1. Athletics down to their final outs. The wind and the pitch, and that is hit right up the middle. Runner will hold at second. So that puts the tying run on first. Watched about 30 minutes of Game 7. That was a good game to watch. I think I watched from the 7th inning through the rest of it. I forget what else I was watching. I don't know what else I would have been watching. That is going to get into left field. They're going to send him around from third. Oh, the cutoff. The cutoff animation is so bad. I was bored out of my skull. Okay. What? All right. Okay. Kila Kaiahue. He's coming up. Athletics have the tying run on second, the winning run on first. And that's a ball upstairs. 1-0. That's a ball upstairs. Two and 0. Swung on and missed. Two and 1. 2 on, 2 out. Oh, your wife likes it? Gotcha. 3 and 1. The line, the pitch, the hit. Scoop at second. Fired to first, and that'll do it. Oh, I can't believe we have this. Oh my goodness. I just needed one of the teams that had the lead in the wild card to win. That's all. That's it. They both lost. Oh boy. Felix Hernandez, hey, the King Felix. 3 innings, 6 hits, 3 strikeouts. Your player of the game. He improves to 6 and 6. Josh Beckett falls to 8 and 6. The Athletics out hit the Twins, but fall on the scoreboard. They're getting the Toronto team pricing. Dexter Fowler 1 for 2 with a double and a run. Vlad Guerrero 2 for 2 with a run. Mine when the tickets were 17. Yeah, things should be cheaper. You should be pricing things cheaper to get people into the stadium. Speaking of Toronto, Seattle's playing in Toronto. All right, view today's games. I think we just have to simulate a couple of them here. All right. Sim to date. Seattle loses 5-0. Doesn't matter. What does matter, okay, Diamondbacks. All they've had to do is win one of 2 games. They have fallen in both of those. 4-0 today. If the Padres lose to the Giants, the Diamondbacks would win the NL West. Let's find out. The Padres won and beat the Giants, or beat the Dodgers. I say Giants, I meant Dodgers. Padres 3, Dodgers 2, so they're 44 and 37. And then we saw that the Blue Jays beat the Mariners 5-0. So, now we're in a real funky spot. Let's see if anything's changed here. Angels and Athletics are tied. Everybody else is eliminated. Marlins and Mets are tied. Padres are still in it for the wild card, which means that the Diamondbacks are still in it for the wild card. So, what games do we watch then? There's like 6 games that have playoff implications. Oh my goodness. And I totally discounted the fact that the Diamondbacks, if they lost a bunch of games in a row, they would still be in contention for a while. They would be the wild card team. Or could be the wild card team. Okay. The Marlins and Mets are divisional opponents. Okay, Diamondbacks and Padres. Let's check that. Diamondbacks and Padres. I might have looked at this earlier. Diamondbacks, Padres. So 2-0, 3-1. Okay, so 2-1. And then 2-1. So the Diamondbacks should be NL West champions. So we didn't even have to worry about watching those games. Okay, all right. I don't know why it doesn't have them marked though, because they would theoretically they would win the head-to-head. So you can mark them in. So then the Padres would then need both of these teams, the Marlins and the Mets, to lose. They'd have to beat the Dodgers again, and then we'd have to take a look and see how the Padres fared against the Mets and the Marlins and see if they even have a shot. Padres, Mets, and the Marlins. Mets win, loss 3-1. Florida 2-1. Interesting. So they would have the head-to-head in both of those series. Whoa. Okay. Okay. And then, the last thing that we would want to look at would be the Angels. The Angels and the Athletics. Angels. The Angels would win that. Oh, interesting. Because that would be head-to-head. Okay. But so it might be like an if this, then that sort of thing. If the Philly or the Marlins or the Mets, either of those two teams win, then it eliminates the Padres because the Padres could only get to 45 wins. But if both teams lose, then we could watch that Padres game to see if they can tie. And because they beat both those teams head-to-head, they would slide into that first spot. But because they lost to the Diamondbacks should be the winner of the NL West. I don't know why it's not marked like that. And then the Angels and the Athletics games. Okay. Well, we'll figure it out tomorrow. I can't believe all of that went that way. I can't believe we get basically maximum chaos out of all of that. That's what we got. Brutal. It's not that bad, but sometimes you just need the game to help you a little bit. And we watched the game not help me at all by making sure that we watched like an hour and 15-minute long game. Goodness gracious. With all that being said, thank you everybody for watching, both on Twitch and on YouTube. We'll be back tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific time for more MLB 11, the show. I will figure out which games to watch. We'll have like a standard lineup, and then we'll see if the Mets or the Marlins win, then we won't have to worry about the Padres at all. We could just get a wheel spin game in there. Who knows? Do I really want to watch the Mets and the Giants again after watching 8 innings of that tomorrow? No. But we'll find out what happens together. Thanks everybody for watching. Like, subscribe, follow along, ring the bell, notified, thumbs ups, all that stuff. Free, easy ways to help the channel. If you would so choose. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night, everybody.